people, you are seeking your prince in vain. Return to your own country, and know that he will not be restored to you till you have for some time failed to recognize him."
With these words he vanished, leaving the courtiers sadly perplexed. But as all their efforts to find the prince were useless, they had no choice but to go home, bringing with them the sad news, which so greatly distressed the king, that he fell ill and died not long after. The queen, whose ambition was boundless, was delighted to see the crown on her son's head and to have the power in her own hands. Her hard rule made her very unpopular, and it was commonly believed that she had made away with Prince Alphege. Indeed, had the king her son not been deservedly beloved, a revolution would certainly have arisen. Meantime, the former governess of the unfortunate Alphege, who had lost her husband soon after the king's death, retired to her own house with her daughter, who grew up a lovely and most lovable girl, and both continued to mourn the loss of their dear prince. The young king was devoted to hunting, and often indulged in his favourite pastime, attended by the noblest youths in his kingdom. One day, after a long morning's chase, he stopped to rest near a brook in the shade of a little wood, where a splendid tent had been prepared for him. Whilst at luncheon, he suddenly spied a little monkey of the brightest green sitting on a tree, and gazing so tenderly at him that he felt quite moved. He forbade his courtiers to frighten it, and the monkey, noticing how much attention was being paid him, sprang from bough to bough, and at length gradually approached the king, who offered him some food. The monkey took it very daintily, and finally came to the table. The king took him on his knees, and, delighted with his capture, brought him home with him. He would trust no one else with its care, and the whole court soon talked of nothing but the pretty green monkey. One morning, as Prince Alphege's governess and her daughter were alone together, the little monkey sprang in through an open window. He had escaped from the palace, and his manners were so gentle and caressing that Zayda and her mother soon got over the first fright he had given them. He had spent some time with them, and quite won their hearts by his insinuating ways, when the king discovered where he was, and sent to fetch him back. But the monkey made such piteous cries, and seemed so unhappy when anyone attempted to catch him, that the two ladies begged the king to leave him a little longer with them, to which he consented. One evening, as they sat by the fountain in the garden, the little monkey kept gazing at Zayda with such sad and loving eyes that she and her mother could not think what to make of it, and they were still more surprised when they saw big tears rolling down his cheeks. Next day, both mother and daughter were sitting in a jessamine bower in the garden, and they began to talk of the green monkey and his strange ways. The mother said, "My dear child, I can no longer hide my feelings from you. I cannot get the thought out of my mind that the green monkey is no other than our beloved Prince Alphege, transformed in this strange fashion. I know the idea sounds wild, but I cannot get it out of my heart, and it leaves me no peace." As she spoke, she glanced up, and there sat the little monkey, whose tears and gestures seemed to confirm her words. The following night, the elder lady dreamt that she saw the good queen, who said, "Do not weep any longer, but follow my directions. Go into your garden and lift up the little marble slab at the foot of the great myrtle tree. You will find beneath it a crystal vase filled with a bright green liquid. Take it with you, and place the thing which is at present most in your thoughts into a bath filled with roses, and rub it well with the green liquid." At these words the sleeper awoke, and lost no time in rising and hurrying to the garden, where she found all as the good queen had described. Then she hastened to rouse her daughter, and together they prepared the bath, for they would not let their women know what they were about. Zayda gathered quantities of roses, and when all was ready, they put the monkey into a large jasper bath, where the mother rubbed him all over with the green liquid. Their suspense was not long, for suddenly the monkey skin dropped off, and there stood Prince Alphege, the handsomest and most charming of men. The joy of such a meeting was beyond words. After a time, the ladies begged the prince to relate his adventures, and he told them of all his sufferings in the desert when he was first transformed. His only comfort had been in visits from the good queen, who had at length put him in the way of meeting his brother.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.